integer guessing game. And so the first thing that happens in my game is that the user is requested to input an upper bound, and the lower bound is always 0. So I'll go ahead and input 25 for my upper bound. Now from here on out, the user has 3 options. They can either guess a number, they can type bounds to see what the current bounds are, and this changes over time, kind of updating with whatever the user's guesses have been in the past, or they can just type give up to give up and to see the answer. So the first thing I'll do is kind of show that the lower bounds are changing. So we can see that my guess of 3 was too low, and the bounds now have changed. We'll do the same for the upper bound, and we can see that the bounds have changed there again. So now I'll just try to guess what the actual number is. So we can see that the correct number was actually 16, and then I'll go ahead and run this again so that we can see the give up option in action. So if I just give up right off the bat, then we can see that the correct answer was 11 there. And so we see that the numbers were different both times. It's randomly generating them. And so essentially how this works is in the main function, we're just waiting until the user has input the correct answer, and there we're calling a function which reads the user's input as a string, and we compare the string to bounds and give up to check to see if they've inputted either of those 2 options. If they have, then obviously we just do whatever they've asked for. If it's not that, then we try to figure out if the input string is actually made up of all numbers, and if it is, then we obviously just convert it to an integer and check if that integer is equal to the target value. If it's not all integers, then it just does nothing. So I guess I didn't show that. So I'll go ahead and show that now. So I can type in like this just does nothing, but I can guess that. Also another thing I didn't show is if I guess like 44 and my guess is too high, if I were to guess like 45, then my bounds obviously don't change because we know that 44 was already too high. I think that's about it. I used the string compare function that Tyler gave us in ASM4 and implemented a couple others just so that my main function wasn't totally overrun. Yeah.